Welcome to Loleventvods. These are the best highlights of today's LEC 2025 matchup.
There's a world where GX find the right position, the right angle, and they get to lever the war. They have to stand on their own now.
Yeah.
Because Larson is getting blasted in that 1v1, but we'll be able to walk away. Jackie's a bit stronger in those early trades. Again, that passive from Orianna in the extended fights will just be the TP for TP trade. Okay. As Malrank stopping the base is really nice, but Isma's behind. So now it's not feeling so nice. He needs to start running. Quick arcade smash backwards. Rockets thrown at him. Overall, a bit of an awkward sequence, but Jackie's spending a lot of madness. Is that Elk?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jomong madness, excuse me. Execute was Jong-hoon madness. He was that was the LEC equivalent. It paid off, though. Him and Kobe.
Right. No, but it hit
but
something.
It always hit. It always hit something. Now GX, all right. Cryo on the top side as they did shift their bot lane up, so they're going to get, it's like all three grubs here, but Execute is poking. Good root connect from Jun. Barbs, Isma going in, level 6, but Execute nice sidestep on the big old rock. It was a trade. For the Drake, nothing too flashy. Lot has to be careful not to get baited into the all-in here. Use of the mist will be the big thing. Mists, but Malrank still connecting. Ulti going in, but he's in the center of the circle. Lot healing up a bit, courtesy of that passive. Oh gosh. Well, Malrank will walk away. Teleport timers are desynced a bit, so there's a room for Adam to maybe make a play while Lot's abilities are on cooldown. But I think now we see on top side if the play will work out. Isma fishing for the ulti, taking his time, getting the flash out of Patrick. Not burning an ulti of his own, still holding on to his flash. And damn, Rogue's resources are just innocent bystanders in this entire contest. I am just asking them to murder each other one time. And Isma's going to be happy to oblige me, but he's already been ulted. Luckily, not under tower. His ulti will hit Patrick, and now Patrick's going to be in trouble. Noah's going to try to finish the job. Barrier going down. Noah flashing away. Patrick's still alive! Jackie's tries to throw the ball down. It's Noah who's going to die! The shockwave, he wasn't watching the ball! Oh, that's supposed to be a rule for a different sport, but it applies in League of Legends too. He took his eye off the ball!
We went from goal immediately on the Rift. And I'm shocked that Patrick managed to step away and then still actually go down alongside Noah.
We have a friend named Patty, that's why that's funny. Patrick,
I'm an Irish man. We have a day named after him.
That's fair. Yeah. I think would have been fine. Could have been a more positive trade, but now GX have a 1K gold lead. Bot lane getting a lot of that. They're now trying to start a play as the tree wall combo comes out. Noah zoned, will get flicked back. This should just be a quick kill to kick things off. GX, have they now overstayed their welcome? It's a 3v2, but Jackie's is on the way in. He doesn't have a shockwave, but it's just around the corner. 2 seconds, it's about to come up. Jun finding 2 with the lockup. Shockwave whiffing completely because it was attached to Jun. A moment of miscommunication. TP now going in. Lot has finally arrived. Needlework coming out. Patrick on the way down. And a little bit messy.
That's kind of what we saw in Isma talking about in that interview with Esports. It feels like people sometimes on different pages, communication isn't there. And prime example, Jun flashes out, Jackie misses the shockwave, and now it's Rogue who get the pick, get the TP from Lot as well, and will secure the dragon off the back of us.
Yeah, sitting pretty comfortably in the game. Admittedly, both mid laners, Archangels, they're just trying to scale up. We'll see what the 80 carries backs look like. Should be a little bit free. I mean, the sports
we're all collectively.
I don't know if you can do the math on how many years I've been playing Magic, but it might lead you to understand how little sports I played.
If only they did a baseball set.
Yeah, there's gonna be some more room to talk about things that are in League of Legends than I expected. All right. Will ult.
There is no hollowed mist.
No hollowed mist. This should just be it. He waits to the one button that matters. It's a quick pick on the bottom side. It does mean conceding the Herald, but now Rogue transition this into a tower. A nice early look. And they already got Warfare and first brick at the same time. So the feats are theirs.
Yeah, it will be traded though by Jackie's on that top side. So yes, the feats are potentially going to a third dragon. We can't really get vision control that we need, and Rogue are able to poke us down. So now they're just going to try and hard force off of getting bot tower down.
Jackie's eyes on the ball. Patrick won't make the same mistake twice. Both teams just getting zoned off. Lot finally here. It's a full 5v5. GX taking better position. They've still got the Herald in the bot lane. Jun on the flank as well. The ulti is going to connect onto Isma. That's a good start, but there's no follow-up.
It's only about trying to buy time. If Isma can't damage the dragon, a Rogue can damage him.
Yeah, get a bit more poke. You're right. Extended play. expected to favor Rogue, although the big ones from Noah are hitting. Lot now immediately going in. Gwen immune. Isma getting chunked out, but might be able to focus on the objective. Malrang still able to throw down the ult. Isma needs to get behind the rest of the team. The retreat going in. Jun force back as well. 4K getting lower. Flick back not going to hit on the Lot. How much longer on the Hallowed Mist? But it looks like GX are just going to retreat. They don't want to flip anything else. So in the war of attrition, Rogue come out on top.
Good patience from Rogue on the...
To get through. For GX, need to get that first win. Need to get that confidence back.
Ooh, they're just going to try and rush the Atakan. Rogue aren't really in a position for this. They're trying to get there now, but I don't think they realize this is going down. Only now that's
we said when you don't have engage, this is one way to get a fight that's favorable. To just force an objective. Malrang immediately getting 5K getting lower. They don't really have time to finish this, but will it just end up being a leash because Isma's just getting chunked out. The jungler's gone. They've leashed it for Rogue. Rogue, are they going to back away or are you going to keep it going? Malrang still staying in the pit. Execute off to the side. Has been zoned away. Lot can do a lot of work. Nice advance coming in from Malrang. He dodges the shockwave. He gets the objective. He withdraws straight back to base. Larson going in. John finding a beautiful knock, but will it cost him his life? Now trying to get away the clone. The flick back. Still connecting. Patrick about to get taken out, but again, it's only a false life because they managed to steal the objective. Adam also getting sent back. It's a huge gold influx for GX, but a pretty tragic steal.
That's right, because if there was a front to back, I think GX all would have died there, and Rogue would have come out massively ahead.
And now another fist fight. Rogue completely grouped here in the bottom lane. Poke again connecting onto Isma. This is the struggle of the Skarner we mentioned before. It's so hard for him to just dive in and start a fight, but now Lot is that much closer. Lockup still there from Execute. 3 stacks trying to get in with a few more. Malrang about to get taken out. Lot now running. Those ulti charges gone. It's Larson on the flank, and Adam starting to do a lot of work in the fight as Patrick finds the shutdown.
Rogue coming out on top. The fight was way more coordinated this time around, managing to set up, prevent Isma from being able to get over the wall, get him down, and from that point forward, Giant X are just on the back foot the whole time. Dragon, Soul for Rogue. Mid-tower, now
Continuing
gone.
to poke, and that's their engage option gone.
I'm not gonna lie, I would hate my life if Isma right
so
now.
hard.
It's so miserable.
I am not a good enough, like I am not a, this is why I could never play Skarner. I don't have the mental fortitude in a game like this to stay in that game.
No.
I would break the Summoner's Code. This man, mental of steel to continue trying, hoping that this time the VAR assault would miss. Patrick just continues to free hit the objective. Jackie's can try and find a way in. Jun here as well. Nice wall from Larson, but a little bit late. Lot now coming over the wall. They're looking for the fall. If they steal it, this game can turn around in an instant. Adam now on a killing spree. Malrang taken down. Isma the only driver with a pin, and he hit multiple people with the ult. It finally happened. They touched the slug. They died.
The one thing they had to do was not go into
Straight that same patience, but it's no longer on their terms. Isma chunked out, but is able to walk away before the root connects from Execute. GX trying to poke a little bit back. Good big one coming in from Noah. Jackie's with movement speed steroids, the shielding as well. Ulti from Patrick again onto Isma. This time it looks like they have the damage to finish the job. Isma dead, but Lot's found his way into the back line, but it's not enough. He goes golden, he buys a brief moment. Jackie's now follows up, looks for the shockwave. It's a flashback out. It only hits onto Larson. Lot still retreating. The arrow! Patrick finding the target as GX continue to push forward. They're being zoned away. The Baron empowering them, but they're getting lower and lower. Patrick continuing to poke. Jackie's desperately wants this tier 2 tower.
They might actually be able to get the tier 2, although as I say that Patrick getting some good damage on the back line, but the biggest issue there, both Jun and Isma had burned. Okay.
If they don't see him, this is a good play. And they did not see him. Noah caught, shut down there, Rogue. Priority access now, GX. Everything was going good. They found the one fight that they were looking for, but now they're going to need to find another. Good news is Patrick very low. No lifesteal, really. Might not matter, however.
Isma can look for the steal of the wall. They have some vision. Actually, won't actually spot where the Elder is. Clone will, though.
Jun, ready to kick things off. TP from behind. Here comes the Gwen. 4K, getting lower. Rooted. 3K. Who's going to get the objective? Shockwave having in the meantime, but it might not matter if it already goes down. Isma getting taken out. Discipline from Rogue. They're not going to get the objective any lower. Or is it? They finally managed to take it. Elder down. Lot in the midst of everyone. Rogue only able to grab 3 in the context.
Need to get something. Isma. Oh, might actually find the angle.
Got an angle, only managed to get Execute, but that's a good start to the fight. Execute immediately retreating. Isma also just walking away. They get the flash off the Karma. He's in the middle, it's, you know, he wants to take a gap here. He wants to find himself. Still has to pay bills though. Still got to show up, you know? Has to be here to take care of the boys as Rogue starting the objective, trying to force GX into them, but they're a little bit split. It's Execute off to the side. I don't know what the flanking Karma does. I guess it watches out for other flankers, does a little bit of poke. 10K. It's a very slow objective for Rogue. They don't have anyone who's really good at taking this. I think Talia might actually be their best source of sustained damage, but Patrick is hitting.
So
5K, GX going for Elder instead. They're just going to concede the Baron. Jackie's chunked. Wall going down. Now Jackie's might just be in trouble. Larson trying to find the angle. Flash over the wall. Jackie's not quite going to get caught. Team split. GX retreating. But again, the Baron is already down in favor of Rogue. Purely good for them if they can extend this play. Stop GX from taking anything else.
I think it was a mistake from Jackie's. That ultimate could have been key to catching Rogue as they try and come back in and take vision, but now you don't have that tool, and Rogue establishing themselves once more. The poke will just start to rain down again. GX, I think they just...
To get set up here. So GX have sunk a lot into this. Patrick now in trouble. Alti still managed to connect on the Gwen. He's immediately retreating. He's got the barrier. Got a ton of shielding between the Karma, executes item actives, and his own barrier. Gwen ulti now being thrown out. A lot burned there by GX.
Yeah, they really wanted to get that pick.
And remember, Money's just being deleted in the mid lane in the meantime. Ulti somewhat blocked by Jun. Good use of the clone. 12K. But I think if you're Rogue, you don't want to flip this.
No, you just want it to reset. You can see they're just kind of leaving it where it is.
Dragon will just get loose.
Yeah, you're fine with that as Rogue. Again, look where Adam is. He's just got pushing. Yeah.
Ooh, GX in a tough spot. A lot of teams fumble here when they're caught between something like an Elder defending their base. A lot retreating, does still have the TP. Rogue starting the objective. Adam resetting. Perhaps the TP back in. Locke's going to be the one to TP first, looking for the flank. Now it's Adam TPing in as well. Larson going for the flick. He hits Isma. Execute waiting behind, but the Gwen waiting. Adam going to go in, trying to make it an isolated 1v1. Does not want to let him get in on the squishier backline. Adam now running as the Gwen tries to reset the fight. Goes a little bit. Gold to the Elder has gone down for GX in the meantime. Rogue needs to get the hell out. So far, they've still won the fight. The Gwen in trouble. Larson going to try and finish the job. Lot will eventually fall. It's a fall. He does go the wrong way, so they get the Elder.
This is a tough ask for Giant X.
See the damage Delta champions, the poke, the story of this entire game. No chance for Corki, Orianna, or Gwen to team fight. It's just the Jace and the Varus endlessly throwing out these skill shots. Flash forward, they're trying to lock up Jackie's. Jun looking to turn the fight. No one needs to do so much work, needs to do so much damage. The Karma's so low, but the shields are still there. No one wants to finish it, but he just can't get any kill done. They're all blinking. Chemtech doing a little bit of work. Finally, Malring will fall, but he does get the ult off in time. Noah, one Corki versus the world. Technically riding a Corgi as well. You hold the line. Now all Rogue are retro is that single interaction.
Yeah. Okay,
ulti. Managing to hit one back. Isma's connected. Jun looking for an angle on the backside. He's only going to connect to one. Malrang now running. He's a fast little tree, and he is fast enough to escape.
He's so fast. What?
How the hell did he get out of
there? I have never seen a tree move that fast, ever.
I've never seen a tree move, but I imagine it would be surprising if they did it that fast. Adam running. Does just get massively chunked out. The poke war just continues to rage as Isma very happy to have that push. But we'll still walk in anyway. Decent shielding coming out from the Mantra E, the Defiance from Execute.
This is a brave
move. Do not have the vision set up.
Yeah, they're basically banking on Jackie's having a reset, which he does, but he can still TP into the fight after clearing the wave.
Is it just a double TP in lane to try the end of the game? No, they want to TP in for the fight. Clone there, AK. Isma could just go over the wall. Is it just going to come down to a 50-50? Malrang ulting. Rogue turning for the fight. I like the call. Lot doing good damage, but goes gold and buys the second. Now it's Noah who's jumping forward. Noah immediate cleanse on the ulti coming up from the bars, but Lot's been taken down in the meantime. Patrick now unstoppable. I didn't even see who got the Baron. The answer is GX. Jackie's running. They managed to get out with 3-4 players. Jun trying to get a bit more space. They're trying to retreat to hold the line. Keep in mind that mid lane is still vulnerable. Could be attacked. Jackie's running away, a bit slowed by Larson. They want to shut down these Barons so they can just end the game. Jackie's almost finding one with the shockwave. Gets two! They line it up for him! The ball finding the kills! Malrang now running Rogue! They just, this catastrophe! What is going on? They might have. And we'll always remember this day, Rob. Some people, you know, T1 2016, not us, Rob. We'll remember this. Game 1, 45 minutes, GX versus Rogue. The weirdest fight we've ever seen and ever cast.
How big are the coins, though?
That's a very good question. We need more details. This is the lore that they're not giving us enough info on. We need a segment called Lore with Lore. I know this has been pitched before, but there's too many rhymes around this. All right, Rogue, disengaging, buying space with the Maokai ultimate. Flick back onto Isma, solid. GX pushing. Jackie's very fast. Shockwave not gonna hit. Quick flash out from Malrang. Lot now chasing down Adam. Wall going in to potentially isolate Jackie's. Lot is fast, but Execute is there as well. Extra shield going in, looking for the knockback, but Lot still standing, but the Gwen force backwards, can't quite finish the kill.
They get the mid-terror off the back of it,
50 seconds of Elder. They're gonna break the second inhib here. If GX don't over-push, I think they've won the game.
Yeah, all they need to do is just get that top wave now. Lot can TP back in, you push that, you get your final tower down. I don't know if you're here to defend it.
Larson is going to have decent setup. They can zone one wave off with Malrang's ultimate, but Isma's now in a position where he can't body block. So the tower's just going to go down. Shockwave hits one, but only Larson, so Jackie's might die. Ulti fall, not quite going to connect on the Jun. TP back coming in from Adam. Isma chunked out. Shirelli is used. GX now zooming back out. Locket already used. Extra movement speed from the Shirelias as Patrick flashes in, rinsing and repeating the ult onto Isma. Isma might be in trouble, but he manages to lock up two. Jun with the follow-up! Huge combo! Larson coming in, but it might be too late. Jun with the flick back. Now it's an even fight. Lock continuing forward. Noah trying to lay down a bunch of damage. Now the Gwen ready to take over. Malrang and Larson, the last two surviving as Execute continues to run for the hills. For the rest of GX, eyes on the prize. They don't want the fight. They want the game. Sprinting it down mid, trying to end it.
Lot needs to stop the bases. He doesn't know where they are.
They're split up. He's indecisive. He gets wrong. No, Lot. You could have.
Epic.
Yeah, I mean, he sold his boots a long time ago, so he's a big
tower, vulnerable. Shockwave hitting two. Execute flashing out. Malrang trying desperately to hold on, but the Delta Dragon, they haven't finished it yet. 6K getting lower. They don't have a jungler in the area. 10K, it does reset. Noah has to stop his 1v1. Instead needs to return to his PvP aspirations. Malrang getting massively chunked and completely deleted. Surely that's the end.
Yeah, Roger just getting sloppy. Malrang wants to try and get in towards Elder, but they're losing their inhibitor, or sorry, their Nexus turret as well. Giant X now. They have it. They have their jungler here.
Elder, Execute steps forward. I don't think there's any reason to do that, but he will anyway. Elder down. Will try their hardest. 2 minutes left on this Elder. If Rogue get this Baron, and sorry, if GX get this Baron, I don't think Rogue can win the game. This should be it. That should be the death blow.
Yeah. I just don't see a role where Rogue can hold on.
And yet it might exist, Rob.
It
might happen. Isma running forward.
I went off the magic carpet.
Shirelias. We're in here till the bitter end. Or the happy end. We'll see the context. GX breaking inhibs left and right. Ready to march. Malrang ulting. The team a bit split on their decisions here. Flick only hitting Isma. Hope taking about half his health. Elder's still there for 1 minute and 10 seconds. I don't think Rogue can wait this out. But GX, the very least, gonna get 3 inhibitors. But maybe one more Baron.
I think this is it. Double super creeps. You can see them marching down every single lane now with all 3 inhibitors gone. This makes it next to impossible.
Isma going in. Doesn't hit anybody.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no! A big throw! A lot of them in the team, but they managed to one-shot Adam. Noah, GX pushing forward. Noah managed to find a lot of damage, but they can't quite finish the kill. Surely that should just be it, but Jackie's is so damn low. Jun trying to find the engage. Malrang in the midst of the team. Off to the side is Patrick, but he can't finish the kill. Noah now going in. Patrick trying to get a bit of damage done. The game is over! GX won. Just the ability to go unstoppable in the face of the Poppy and the Sejuani together.
Alright, so Giant X going to try and strike first here, at least, or answer for what's happening on the top side of the map. Looking at the Dragon is, this does make a lot of sense again. I think Malrang definitely wants to try and keep windows of opportunity for Adam to try and play through a side lane with this Olaf, and the early boy grubs makes sense. Also, just the fact that you're a tier Nasheen versus a BF sword already on Noah means that it would be a little bit terrifying to try and fight this one out.
Yeah.
So Adam able to just clear out the wave and keep himself happy. And now I imagine we'll get the reset once more, because you kind of want to get this matchup as Adam into the Aatrox, but we'll have to see.
Probably something we keep our eyes on. Objective trade, as you highlighted, for now. Normally the range of something like the Ezreal is what stops her from being able to use that. Is Isma has overstayed. There's a level 6 here. He's going to Q away. He's going to flash away. Flash and first blood from Malrang.
The Malrang
Unperceived in this brush. Waiting for an opportunity to go onto Jackie's.
Doesn't have flash.
Oh.
Malrang, ulti ready. Locks up Jackie's. The ulti goes through the wall. Jackie's in trouble. Caught the pin, and Patrick.
Ages, and Malrang has always been someone who loved to gank. Now getting the work done as nice sidestep from Larson, but
Isma cannot finish the kill.
faces Kai'Sa, because traditionally the Kai'Sa wants to look for the level 6 breakpoint.
Jackie's might just die again. Flag, drag, Rel coming over the wall. Jackie's ignited. He doesn't have a flash this time around, but Isma now trying to body block. Extra healing coming in. They managed to save him. Jun with the knockup, the follow through, the stun over the wall. Now the severing bolt. Jackie's gets one back. Oh, excellent play from support jungle to save Jackie's.
Where I thought maybe they try and continue up towards these boy grubs here, but Rogue might just be able to get all of them as GX forces the top half.
Malrang. Action there from Lot. Flag and drag forward, but extra damage. Lot probably dead. Will be forced to flash. At the very least, Cataclysm to follow. Execute getting pulled backwards. Malrang just barely not out of tower range. Jun now falling up. Another severing bolt. But they're grouped up this time, so they deny the extra damage. In the meantime, the Drake will fall. So 6 grubs to 2 Drakes. Malrang is forced to flash from the severing bolt.
But it does mean that Rogue don't really get anything on this top side. They moved 4 members up
where
here.
Having that additional bit of tankiness can go a long way, especially when you're going to have someone like Noah diving face first into use. Execute looks like he's been caught. Noah to follow. Execute ulting, gets the aftershock off, interrupted by the steadfast presence. Meanwhile, Malrang taking very careful about not stepping too far up. You can see immediate dash out using the Arctic Assault to escape. First tower will fall. A bit unceremonious.
For Rogue, they could actually just play to help support Patrick from pushing it in, but they're going to start up this objective, and Jun and X have already reset, so they're not even going to be here to contest.
For Rogue to have it. Extra prio, especially when they've already broken mid lane. It's going to be so easy to knock down these side lane towers, maybe even push for a tier 2. Multiple pressure points on the map. 21 seconds till that objective spawns, but this Herald falling does mean objective feat. Boot upgrade to the side of Rogue.
Limbo of, well, we're not getting the spot push, we've lost at a mid push, and now it's Rogue who actually gets to set up the objective. Loss, going to keep pushing on top, so I think Janek's going to trade, but Larson calls.
Larson, 4th mark now coming through. That's the stun. Nice timing on the flash to make it out. I believe he does have the Merc Tread to stay a little bit healthier. Rod of Ages as well. That additional HP keeping him healthy, keeping him standing. Chemtech Drake down. Adam. Malrang, Patrick on the chase, debating if they want to continue with this one. TP down from GX. Adam, defensive ult now just to run this one out. Rogue, good call to just retreat. Recognize the TP's coming in and have backed off, but Adam now in trouble. Spiraling Despair is there. Severing Bolt gonna connect. Kill finish now from Jackie's. Execute running. Huge David follow from Lot. Malrang trying to turn it back. It's Patrick and Malrang versus the world, but Jun wants to get this kill locked down. No one able to finish off Lot. Malrang getting lower and lower. The flag and drag through, but not quite hitting the priority target as the target falls. Jun, another knockback into the wall, another Severing Bolt, and a shutdown to Lot. It's a huge...
They kind of brought Giant X back into it. We're starting to see it creep in this game as well. This like, is a little bit of an overforce, yeah, a little bit.
But they have vision control. It's voracious, so again, if they can sneak this, the bonus to objectives would be big. But instead they're going to back off.
I feel like they're trying to fake Larson in the game too. Felt like they kind of understood how they want to play the map. Now they just look like they have no clue, and Giant X are capitalizing.
Now they might be caught. Execute trying to find a way out. Interrupt on the crash down. Severing Bolt pre-prediction or aimed at Larson. Not clear, but they managed to find the kill. And Patrick does good damage. Isma healing up though. Chemtech Rip, that extra shielding, extra healing. So quick, easy pick on to Execute. And now GX can just start the Drake. TP up topside. They're just going to concede this.
Yeah, Larson, but I don't like this from Larson. You are the sole member of your team with teleport. Also, and now you've just gone to get a wave that you could have walked to. Yeah, they just go out of That's what I was going to say, yeah. This is...
GX are the better gamblers. That's the thing that we've learned. These boys know they're Kenny Rogers. They know when to hold them. They know when to fold them.
Their Balatro scores are through the roof.
Their Balatro scores are through the roof. They got blue chips. They got red chips. Patrick and Malrang at least got this tower. So 2 towers traded in the end. It's not too bad. But it is Otacon. Oh, I thought it was Raph.
He is not very tanky if you want someone to do that. And look at, like, yes, you've got members of GX on Baron, but there's a lot more members that are in the jungle right now.
Shattering Strike missing. Snare connecting. Execute getting chipped out before he can even arrive. Steadfast Presence is gone, though, so potentially a brief window of opportunity. Again, you're only fighting for false lives here. Trying to take Jun out of the equation. 5K, objective leash, fight off to the side as well. Adam now trying to get the hell out. Spiraling Despair going down. Adam just barely able to sneak away. 4K on the objective. What is the call? Flag and drag out. Execute now going in. Patrick on touch. Keep your eyes on the Ezreal. He has to make the difference. One member going to be sent packing. Noah finally withdrawing. GX, the objective resetting. Ulti across the top. So the recall's coming out in exchange for
members, but we're back on Baron.
Rogue full committal. They see Lot on the bottom side of the map. Maybe they're hoping to get that TP out. Jackie's waiting over the wall. Does see them with the Scryers. Ward behind. Rogue have to turn onto one side. It looks like the answer is to go face first into Jack. He's hoping to find that fight. They're caught between a rock and a hard place here. 4K getting lower. Patrick in the midst of the pit, likely just to fall. The Ezreal, the strongest point on the map, deleted in an instant. Rogue have fumbled. It's on Adam to try and turn the fight, but the lifesteal, his ability to rampage through this one, it's not enough. Double kill coming in for Noah. Rogue collapsing in this Baron exchange.
Rogue have bitten off a bit more than they can chew, and in the last game may have just tired themselves out, as Giants are making better decisions consistently, and now they will find themselves with the Baron.
With healing reduction and armor penetration starting to come through. The threat of the Olaf, the effectiveness of the Sundered Sky on Jarvan heavily diminished. So GX going to grab Soul as well. Bounties have now spawned. Just getting one pop there. Knock back into the wall. Execute now needs to make his way out. Larson trying to hold on as long as possible. The pop from the ulti, not quite enough to finish him. The extra shielding coming in, but Larson will eventually go down. Flash you're talking about.
Eviscerated where they stood. Rogue try to enter a part of the map that doesn't belong to them in Giant X. They're happy to take those kills. Waves not even in a position to really do anything, so Giant X kind of standing there, staring at Rogue, knowing they're about to break open their home.
And credit to GX, holding on in that last game, weathering the storm, coming in stronger in this game too, setting themselves up for success, finding these angles, these fights, and now these immense individual leads. Much more dominant performance. I don't want to say it's a draft diff, but this draft does feel better for GX, I would say, compared to game one.
Yeah, big time. You having engage, ease of access to different folks, it's a good all time for Giant X.
All right, Rogue. I don't know if there's a rabbit in that hat, but you need to pull something out of it. Rogue holding the line, but likely the inhibitor's still going to fall.
Yeah, it feels a little bit like they just keep pulling more handkerchiefs out of the hat, and it's not really getting anywhere.
Malrank finding two, but Noah ready to go with an ultimate. Victor ulti on top, and Noah still has the shielding from the ulti, and Lot is off to the side. Execute manages to fancy footwork around one. Adam still in the midst of the team, but Noah does so much damage. Three-man lockup coming in for the crushing maw. Jackie's finally active in the fight. Isma grabbing that kill onto Larson, but it's all eyes on Patrick. Can he make the difference? GX whittling away slowly but surely. Mid and jungle already dead for the side of Rogue. Surely this is the end. Patrick doesn't even have enough mana to kill all 5 members. On his way out, GX focus on the objective. Patrick straying too far forward, forced to flash. Not enough mana left. Lot on a killing spree. Adam taken out as well. GX, 55-minute game 1, but in game 2 they find redemption, and now they're playing with their food. It's a whole hell of a lot of confidence. GX will close this out 2-0. One last steadfast presence, one last kill onto Malrang, and they will take this game, their first series win in LEC Spring.
And a big win at that, especially after last week losing 2-0 to Vitality.
But when you're playing this front to back, I feel like Ambessa doesn't always fit.
So anyway, here is Shayo thinks about going to one lane, and that's bot for now.
Is this really going to work?
I mean, Alvaro's stunned up. He might have to W out, then a battle dance. He flashes first. Good dodge. Great dodge.
Lane as well.
Alvaro again, he used all his summoners. They go to Super, he might have cleanse, but his flash will be in vain. First blood already goes over. Stendhal died for it. And guess what? So does Blackett. That one was denied.
Eldioya now making his way towards mid. The knockup comes through.
Camilo has flash available. He's going to rocket jump first all the way down to his jungler. Shayo can come and help out, and as Eldioya chases this, he won't find much more than a couple of plants. Getting mad. Jojo can't offer any words of advice because he's too low to commit. Just by saying the word big.
Yeah,
oh boy.
This is a big deal.
It is indeed, because Zenith's Blade's going to connect in Super. He might have his flash still there, but after the last play, he can't get out. He gets rooted down again. 3 kills
It was
to
such an easy gank attempt from Sheo that really set up for the dive. And now Sheo has turned his attention to mid lane.
I mean, because it looks like it's accessible. Jojo Poon is going to queue out, but Camilo jumps in yet again. The roots ratchet as Jojo gets out.
He certainly does. He's being incredibly proactive on the map. You highlighted him as an engine for the team. And I think this game is a great representation as to what you were talking about. Mirwin trying to be disruptive towards the Grubs, but I don't think much is going to happen in terms of a contest as the cross map from Elyoy is coming through onto the Drag.
Well, Carlson into that lane opponent. Going to feel a lot better than the Rumble, I guess, as he just gets up his combo. As McCoy going to take Dragon. This is the cost of the Grubs. 3 Grubs against a comp that has Yone, but a comp that has Tristana. Always Mewen gets ulti top, by the way. Carlson just sends out the public execution. Now with the ulti down, has to clear the wave because Team Heretics is going to turn it into a dive. The Solar Flare's down, the flash away from Mewen. Under turret won't save him either. The Stranglethorn's unleashed. Team Heretics with another with Flacket now, meanwhile, running away from mid.
The Electrocute proc proving its value as Sheo is able to secure another kill onto the top side of the map, and Heretics riding this momentum forward. So the gold is still within touching distance. And this Yone is becoming a problem in a side lane.
The only happy kind of little accidents, I mean, Team Heretics forced out his ulti twice, so he hasn't really been that involved outside the lane, but it is just Jojo, and this is weird to say with the criticism that he got in Winter. But Jojo right now is carrying that gold.
I think his first 2 weeks, his opposition was definitely not easy going up against both Vladdy and Caps, but I think that he did demonstrate much better laning compared to what we've seen. Right now, it's Heretics starting off the Dragon. Alvaro face checks.
Yeah, he does face check, but it's a Rakan. He absorbs the Solar Flare.
Reset has just come through from Alvaro, so it will be a numbers advantage in favor of Heretics. And it looks like Koi, I don't think they're in a great position to contest, so it looks like they're just going to give this one away.
Dragon for a dragon, grubs for grubs.
It will be denied. It just means it's a little bit less in their control. They need results to go their way in order to really fight for those top spots. But as you rightly said, right now they're looking at that 3rd, 4th position, and that eventual fight against Fnatic will be very interesting for sure. Right now, Carlson the target.
Okay. I guess he thought maybe Carlson will fly.
Right now, the fight over control over the top river begins. You can see Jojo already starting to move, gets the push in the bot wave. I think he's going to be too late though. Koi, they're a little slow on the setup, but here we are, Mewen's arrived.
Maybe the chase is going to be okay. Finding Sheo is only the tick in the box as well. He has the flash away and it's stolen. Burned down by a Rumble as Mewen's just auto-attacking for free. Elyoya takes the damage and ends up dying for it as this trade already begins. And Jojo might not find the ulti, but he's going to find Flacket flying through for a shutdown. Chain Corruption or an afterthought, but a good one. The arrow even piercing through, and Koi, it takes one.
All those early kills, they weren't really converting it into significant gold leads, whereas when Koi get that big advantage, 3K now the lead that they sit on.
Gotta love Mewen, based off that steal as well. The energy's good. Koi back in this game in a big way. 3K gold lead all of a sudden, and again, quick reminder to you all that that dragon is now just going to be taken by them as well. Off the back of that fight, we've almost got a second item for Jojo. Yeah, like I could ruin a plate of nachos.
It's
you know
one of those words where
good buffer.
I know what it means, but asking me to define.
Yeah, and they're getting burnt. Mewen's just taking Camilo. Tristana going to go for a different kind of hop, and that equalizer, oh, it's so nice, isn't it? Shea can only play defensive, but to do nothing and stand there and just take it. Koi with another double. Mewen, I want to hear the voice comms on that one because he is Gatling gun down Team Heretics now.
I mean, Koi made that look so easily, and rightly so, because Heretics just sat there not doing anything. They tried to fish for a pick. Koi focused on pushing the waves out. Once they did, as Heretics is returning to try and get those waves, Koi immediately force an engage. They extend the gold lead.
He won't find it. It's all gone horribly wrong, and watch this, Jojo with a massive angle. We want to see that ulti because Team Heretics are lining up with the equalizer as well. On top, they sit at fire, but now with the flames through comes the blade. Carlson running for his life, his dear life. How long it lasts is up to him as he flashes to make sure it extends.
But it really wasn't translating into a strong gold lead because you look at the gold at your bottom of your screen now, okay, Elyoya is still behind in gold, but the rest of the map is fully in Koi's control.
You know, you talked a little bit about the setup for Ambessa as well. Like, while there hasn't really been a strict 5v5 that Carlson's been able to play towards, you know, it's not like the fight.
Get
it's
that
not
fight,
like...
and then look to end the game. And they're going to start this one off.
Well, Mewen's bot, he's got TP. He can join anytime he wants. He got the bot wave pushing as well, so Carlson will be a little bit delayed. Ward spot's out at 7K and Team Heretics gonna get hit over the wall. Before I can say anything more, instead, Solar Flare down on Jojo. He does die, doesn't get to use a thing. Reset for Camilo, chasing Alvaro, but that stops the Baron, and all that praise for Koi and Jojo. He has everything up and he just got caught.
That right there is a demonstration.
Look to show up in this game. Sheo is two and a bit items with Sonya's. 2 and a bit for Tristana. Engaged from Stend here though, and once again goes a little bit deep. He's going to be permafrosted, but no follow-up kill. Koya back as Jojo is now back as well. Looks for the knock-up, gets shielded. Gets a little bit as there's the ulti. Mewen in trouble, goes golden, not facing anything. Chains Corruption work as well. Maybe an opportunity for Team Heretics, but Carlson separated. Has the flash away, while meanwhile Camilo is just hit by Jojo. That was the banana Yone, but he still gets Camilo in the end.
Jojo.
Shayo probably knows that there's nowhere near, and he'll take it so damn quick. So yeah, Zol just goes to Koi. Can't believe he hit a couple of autos and Qs. And with that snap, it just makes it so that Koi are kind of back in the driver's seat in this game. Sol down. Let's see if we go further, because the games today. Who is better, Hachani or Kasing? You can vote now.
I'm not going.
Okay, that's all right. I'll take you somewhere else. Send his caught out. He's trying to go back home, but there's no support for him whatsoever. It's an easy pick this time. The ult hitting is onto Jojo. Blackett's trying to get a return kill, but he flashes back towards his team, and Jojo stays safe. 5 members of Koi alive, and Blackett just has to sit there and watch.
This should be an uncontested Baron now. 5 members still alive. The jungler gone for Heretics. Means that this Baron should be easy pickings. Blackhead and Camilo are in the area, but I don't really see what they can offer here.
Jojo just healed up a bunch of health. Ult to use. Camilo knocked up. An attempt made and no escape. There you go. Baron picked up. And Carlson on the run, but thanks to Super popping the Yobu's Ghost Blade, there's going to be some chase here. Out of energies, Carlson, he ults back in, but he too will join the names. Blackett burnt down for his fame, and Jojo with yet another one. Koi, this is still their game.
A one-sided affair, a bit of a blip when Jojo ended up losing his life around that first Baron attempt, but now this should be an easy win for Koi. They have the Nexus within their sights, and with the Baron empowered minions, they're making the way towards those towers.
Yeah, not a bad game from Koi. I mean, those moments in the early game will still be looked at, how all lanes but Jojo we're in a good spot for Heretics, but one slick fight, one slick move, and Koi walk away with a 32-minute win here in game 1 in their best of 3. More kills, please. You win 6-1 and 5, nice then.
Dominant performance from Koi as they start this series off strong. I like their draft. I like what they came in with, their priorities in the picks, and they played their individual lanes very well.
When they blind picked the Dark Kaiser.
Right, here we go then into game 2.
Had a lot of confidence in terms of what...
Oh, it begins, doesn't it? Okay, well, at least an opportunity. Team Heretics, good little flip back from Jojo. He gets the trade on the Sheo in the end as well. There's a Vault Breaker incoming, but out of range. Elyoya, no, he flashes for it. Sheo has the match. Camilo just stands there thinking about what he can do as a victor. God, you guys get to say it a lot.
Don't worry, just cast the G2 Fnatic game.
Yeah, I have. I think last split, my ending call had something about Kings. I did have Legacy in it. I had New Emperors, all in engage. Okay, finally some action. Jackson is Alvaro. He's okay. He just walks away. Meanwhile, Camilo is not. And once again, this mid laner from Team Heretics, he's going to be in trouble. This time, first blood going over to Jojo.
Just comes through from Koi as Jojo utilizes the ultimate to quickly work with his jungler to put Camilo in a very awkward position. He ends up conceding first blood, but Koi don't really have the HP in order to contest this dragon, but they can, of course, cross-map with the Groves.
And once again, Jojo is ahead of Camilo by a sizable amount, excuse me. So with that kill, now a 500 gold lead exists between mid, and this series, Jojo has been, by far, the better mid lane. I know we've got a small sample size, but last game, the gap was large.
I mean, there are definitely still things that you can point to as areas of improvement, like when he went over the Baron pit and then died.
That was areas of improvement. Yeah. To be fair, though, you were right. You pointed out that E change where you could buffer and get rid of CC as Camilo flashes away. He just came back to lane.
Yes, he did, and it's very frustrating when supports and junglers, the moment that you return, immediately set their sights on you, but it's ideally, the goal is to get your flash, which they succeeded in doing, which now means that the return gank is going to be that much more devastating. Elyoya having his ultimate available will likely set his sights onto mid, but Stend has now arrived to provide a little bit of fortification towards that mid lane.
Do you think after the last game, Team Heretics were like, let's get an even stronger 2v2 so we can carry...
The JDG Golden Row could have happened. Oh,
it could have. Engage finally happening. Maybe a pick. Team Heretics need a bit of damage down, but they'll find it, and Flacken gets a cash in from downtown.
That's a big cash in. How much gold? That's a 1.1k gold lead now. Let me check.
Oh, you got your god powers, don't you?
Have a quick look.
Sten might be in trouble, though. Good seismic shove. Hang on. Team Heretics support. Just caught out.
Yeah, you got a total of about 900 gold.
900.
Yep.
Big. Well,
that is big. It will definitely accelerate the Draven, which is ideally what Heretics would love to have.
Jojo, is he in trouble? Gravity Field going to catch him, but the damage is now out
Will
of
start
range.
to come through as the Grubs have respawned, but Koi have set their sights on their first dragon of the game. I wonder if Heretics will feel confident enough. No, Draven is going back to base. So they will not feel confident enough to fight this. Bloodthirsts are completed for Flacket, which is a nice item pickup for him.
Sten died to this ward before, I believe, and let's see what happens this time. One more hit, he's not going to stand there. Grub's going to be started a little bit late for Sheo, but Elio doesn't look like he's pathing top, even with that Thunder Sky. What item do you miss the most? What do you really miss? Like
Deathfire Grass.
Yeah, good call.
I used to play Victor with DFG.
Yeah.
Old school Victor now, where you had literally had an item in your inventory
Oh,
you had
yeah.
to manually upgrade,
Yep.
rather than it just being this passive. Yeah, I used to one-shot people with DFG. It used to catch people off guard a lot.
Yeah.
People did. Yeah, supports have it good now.
They really do.
They don't know. Back in our day,
The supports were absolutely rubbish, and now they complain, but Seismic Shove, I'd be complaining too. Sten, caught out again. Jojo
but
finds...
steadily building their advantage across the board. Herald going to be started off, but Elyoya is in the area.
He is indeed, Betty. And look at that. While we get into this fight, maybe some damage to come out of the Victor. He's gone, Betty's item. Alvaro going to get stunned up, but no, on the edge of the gravity field, while Team Heretics are the healthier ones moving in. Alvaro just needs an engage, but a setup from Stand is really nice. Sets up with the ult from Blackett. Stand aside is good enough. No catch in, but a kill. Opening up a Stand is going to be the trading back. Team Heretics run as a group with the eye exposed. Taken by Sheo in the end. An advantage so far with the objective on top, and Koi, all they find is...
You could, yeah, for sure. Against squishy targets, Shadow Flame definitely works. He could also go for Zhonya's if he's worried about the dive.
No,
He just starts with the AP.
Don't say that. We don't want that.
But right now, Heretics is in a pretty good position. I think they're happy with how the game state is right now. Koi would rather allow Meowin to split put.
Flash in, Sten all in. But Jojo matches it. Sten might be in a bit of trouble here. There's a flash engage, finally an all in. And the Aurora all out. It's a circle of death. It's like the one ring, take it off. Team Heretics running for their life, but Carlton, as he all outs himself, the one that was better was Meowin. Super flies in. Camilo runs back at him with a better build. There's nothing you can do. Jojo on the chase for the last member, but it's just like game one, Betty. One major fight to rule them all.
A beautiful dive comes through from Koi as they stability. What it also does is it just puts a bigger target on Flacket's head. Because I tell you right now, Elyoya's ulti is not going to be going anywhere near Camilo.
It's still got decent AP, right? What is it, 100 as well?
I think so.
I know you're going to mouse just to remind me.
105.
105, what a random number.
Yeah, I swear it was 120 for a while.
I think
but
it
they
was.
nerfed
It was
and then they brought it down to 100, and then they nerfed the cost. Adakan going to be started off, and Camilo's top lane does have TP, but the Skarner's also top lane. So, yeah, there's not much Heretics can really do about this. Voracious going to be locked down.
And I'm going to be honest, for fans at home, I'm sorry, you know, we had some good moments from Heretics, even in this game again with the Flacket shutdown. But then we just get to mid-game, and one fight blows it all out.
Yeah, a single fight really is all. Koi he's gone between the turrets.
Yeah, okay, I'll talk about that in a second, because you're right, it's a sandwich. Jojo snaps him in. Would you like more salami with that? I think you would, because there's a lot more meat to go. Double kill already picked up, and Koi, it's going to happen just like last game. It's a Monday, isn't it? No one really likes him, and especially Team Heretics after this. Shadow's just in no man's land in mid. Knock up, knock back into the rocks. Be with your family, because after all, Scorpions and rocks, they have to be related, don't they? Camilo running for his life, and
It's secure for Koi. And I love that Koi are just executing flawlessly on their game plan. Flacket will always be the target. The dive is being done perfectly, time and time again. The chain CC prevents Flacket from ever being able to move. And again, it comes back to what we were talking about in the draft. Sure, in lane, the idea behind the Draven is cool. But in the context of the comp, he has a very difficult time being able to execute. And as a result, Koi now find themselves, again, there was a small blip in game one, but by and large, they have demonstrated that they're capable of doing it.
Hang on, finally
and as
they paled.
say that.
Meowin, he's burning down, but will he die? No, it's not a burn build, but there is a shutdown from Flacket. Nice snipe. And they needed
Blunders
that.
still happen from time to time, but Camilo now very deep in the lane.
Big blunder, isn't it? Elyoya can get a free ulti here. Jojo joins in, and with this burst of the duo, there's no way the Victor's getting out of this. Sonya's might be available, but no use for it. Jojo picks up the kill there, and with one good moment comes him back, but you're right. It's been an okay day for Sheo, and been in response of how Team Heretics have had to play. Now playing reactive to this Dragon. It's not a soul, but 7k gold down. They're definitely going to feel it with a 3-item Talia, an almost 4-item Kai'Sa that's going on hit.
Look at the fight, look at the fight.
I'm looking. There's the Weaver's Wall, and I've now found out. Seismic Shove sets up, and Flackett's just said, that's a big part of your damage. Now what?
Yeah, that was not much Cassante could do to protect his AD carry there. They turned their attention to Sheo.
Because Sheo was looking for Meowin, and it is to his detriment. Sheo is just going to drop. Nice ulti from Meowin yet again in the circle of death. Camilo stands the Chaos Storm that only tickles. Yes, doing a bit of damage, but Jojo's going to withstand it, and Carlson takes Alvaro over the wall. It's his escape, but Super matches it with his own flash, and now with a second skin, triple kill. Koya back to where we thought. 10k gold lead, another ace, and the game in the palm of their hand.
A 5-for-0 ace in convincing fashion. Elyoya finally finds the flank. Flacker doesn't even burn any of his summoner spells. Once again, we see a perfectly executed dive onto the AD carry, and now they will set their sights onto the Nexus. Flacker will respawn in time, though.
Yeah, I don't know if they can end. That's one minion. They've got to keep him alive, so tanking up has to continue on. The ulti from Flacker doesn't work out too well, but the Nexus is now bare. Team Heretics had some decent early games, but one fight again in each game here tonight brings Koi to a 2-0. A much better result after their hard start against KC and G2, but Koi are on the board in spring.
A very strong series from Koi. A bit of a lull in the mid game, but ultimately they executed upon their composition.